What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is a Beyond Click and Cliff. I get to talk to you about stuff beyond my hobby. Everybody knows this channel is usually about Lego. We're doing something, but this is a podcast where you go beyond that. You get a little bit more life stories with me, more life experiences and stuff like that. So, yeah. Um, so we get to go with that aspect of this life. I want you to listen to this while you're working, doing whatever, building Lego. Have me on in the background. We can share a laugh, a cry, or get mad together. But I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, please hit that like button. And just hear me out. I tell you what, me and the boys, my friends, we were talking the other day about yard work and stuff like that. I miss yard work. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I wish I could. I loved yard work. It was, to me, it was relaxing to be on my mower, mowing my yard. Well, I think the worst part was weed eating, but I did it. And then I was able to sit back on the porch or on the patio, sip on a glass of cold water or iced tea, and just kind of just smell the aroma of fresh cut grass. Yes, I said it, grass. Fresh cut grass, looking at everything and just the fun of it. Now I know that does wear off when the temperature gets to be 100 and fire outside. It does not. It does take away a little bit of it, but springtime when you're first starting to mow, it's not. I mean, it's getting warmer, but it's not there yet. Watching the flowers bloom, the trees blooming from winter. You see the wildlife, squirrels, bunny rabbits, butterflies, spiders, mosquitoes. But it's still kind of a nice realm to it, in my opinion. I used to enjoy it. It always made me feel good, like I accomplished something. I get up in the yard, sit there and just look. And I love planting a flower garden. I love planting flower gardens, helping my wife. I mean, even when I was young, helping my mama do her flower garden. It was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. Making things look pretty and all that stuff. Now, not so much. I don't get that opportunity as I did before, but it's still fun. Still, now we're into summer. Yep, we're getting the heat now, and before we know, we're going to be in July and August and dog days of summer where we're fighting 100-degree weathers. The air conditioners are breaking all over creation, and it's just when you walk out, an instant humid coming in your face, an instant sweat. It's coming. We all know it's coming. But right now, it's still fun, still pleasurable to be outside. I try to go outside once or twice a week, just to sit out there on my chair and just look around, pet the stray dogs as they come in my yard. That's the thing. If you got a dog, keep an eye on it. Why let it go wander the neighborhood? Somebody answer me that. But I have a dog. I keep it in my yard. He's maybe got out once or twice, but I don't think he ever went in other people's yards. We always kept him in our yard, no matter where we lived. I don't know. Some people just let him go and let him wander the neighborhood. Probably has a bunch of babies out there that the owners of the female dog is going pulling their hair out because they're wondering where their dog's getting impregnated by. But that's a different story another day. Keep your dogs in your yard. Be responsible if you're gonna have one. I understand things happen. My dog's got out before, like I said, but hey, that's another rant, another time, another video. But the essence of spring and summer. I love summer. This is where I want. Man, I wish I was able to move around like I used to be. I used to go on walks. I used to go to these walking trails that's in the woods. Like I mentioned a few podcasts back, it's the roaring rivers. They had nature trails. You'd walk. There was a 5 mile one and there was a 1 mile one. Just whatever you feel like doing that day. Walk amongst nature. You possibly could see a deer or a bobcat or a bear or something. And just make sure you don't. Just make sure you can run faster than the guy behind you. That's a good thing. But you get to enjoy nature. You can enjoy the essence of the weather and pray that it don't rain, and you get drenched in water as you're walking around, soaping. You're hearing your tennis shoes squeak, squeak, squeak water out of your shoes. Hopefully, it's a nice day. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed walking. When I was younger, I was always walking in trails. My old hometown had a trail inside of the city limits. It wasn't long. It was, I say, a quarter mile around. If you wanted to walk a mile, you had to make 4 laps, and you walked a mile. But there was a pond in the middle. It did go in the edge of the woods, and you go around, and a bunch of trees lining the woods. It was cool. You're always walking in shade. You weren't like it kept the sun off. You were in shade, but you were walking. They had benches there. If you got tired and wanted to sit down, you could fish at that pond. They built a deck in the middle of the pond. You could walk out there, cast a line, and catch some fish. They stocked it once a year, so I always try to keep fishing there. But it was fun. Take picnics out there with your kiddos on a Sunday afternoon. Have picnics. Great times. I'm telling you, I enjoyed that part of my life. I was able to do that. Now I don't get to do that, and I miss. I can still go out there, but me walking the trails ain't going. I can't anymore. I wish I did. I wish I took care of myself. Now I'm not taking care of myself, but all good things come to an end, right? Right. I just turned 47 this year, just a couple of weeks ago. As this video comes out, I'm feeling old. Still got my health problems. I'm still working that stuff out. That's no fun. But we are. You see the trail. I did go. I mean, you see the picture of it in the thumbnail now. I put that in there because I loved it. I want to get back to that, even if it's just on a small scale. Just going out there and just being in the realm of the trails would be awesome. I used to go hiking all the time in woods that wasn't made for walks. I made my own path and walked. Did that when I was younger. Went onto the farm and we had woods in the back, and I'd walk them woods all day long. Seeing what I see, I saw snakes, spiders, deer. Never seen a predator other than snakes. I mean, I didn't. I always heard rumors of cougars being in that area, black bear. Didn't see any of them. Coyotes. I guess we had coyotes because I heard them cry every night. I really wanted to get rid of them, man. They kept me up at night some nights. But we had coyotes. I guess that's close to a wolf I'll ever get. I don't know. They're saying there's wolves in the area now. I don't know. Never seen one. I do think we had a cougar or a mountain lion. I was brush hogging, and I looked to the side, and I saw this big cat. I swear, it was a big cat. You see his tail running, I was scared he was running away. And I didn't, back then, I didn't have phone. If I did, it was those little Nokia bricks that, the free phones they used to hand out when the phones first came out. But anyway, didn't really have a camera on it. So I had no proof. I just word of mouth, and I go to my dad, and he laughed at me. Oh, there ain't no cougar. Yeah, there was, Dad. There was. Dang it! Don't make me feel like I'm lying. That's pretty much what it was. But anyway, we did that, and dude, I love fish. Everybody that knows me, I love to fish. I take any opportunity I can to go fishing. I do want to do more of that this summer. I thought about doing a different YouTube channel, just Cliffy Fishing Adventures or something, and make a video of me out there casting a line and making fun of myself because I'm here tripping in the water. I'm like the other Bill Dance, who's always something happens when you're fishing. I remember going fishing with my friend. We were in this boat, my dad and his friend and his son and me, and my dad was in the back, and his friend was in the front. Me and there's somewhere we tried to split the middle up when we were fishing on the side of the boat, right? Well, I took my line and went back and started casting. And I felt it hesitant. I thought I hooked the boat until I jerked it again, and I heard a big old scream. Yeah, I caught my friend right there in the eye, not on the eye, but I mean I got it close. Ooh, it was horrible. I felt so bad. And we used to have. I mean, I probably said this story before, but I felt so bad. We had a contest. Whoever caught the fish had a bite of the drinks and candy bar. Of course, everybody, dude. When we went home. We had a candy bar and a soda. It doesn't matter if we lost. We just took turns buying it. Like between my dad and mom, because I didn't have no money. I mean, my dad and his friend didn't have no money. It's like I ain't got. But I felt so bad. I gave him a candy bar and soda to him. I said, "Here, dude, you can have mine." I feel bad. Of course, he didn't take it. No, I mean, we were friends, and accidents do happen, right? It does happen. But we did that. But nothing. But those are the times I miss. I got old and got, I got whatever done to me. My physical physique ain't what it used to be. And I can't do stuff like that anymore. I ain't never gonna be in a boat because I can't climb in a boat anymore. When the thing turns over, I'm not gonna be able to pull myself up. I'll be underneath the water looking up, going, "Ooh." We'll be done. So I still want to go out and fish on the bank. I do. I've always said when I retire, I want a houseboat. I still plan on doing that. I really think that I'm gonna sell my Legos, sell my house when my daughter gets old enough to move out on her own. Well, she's old enough now. Anyway, different story. I mean, the wife will go down to Louisiana or Mississippi and buy a houseboat where we'll just live on a houseboat. We'll pull into a dock somewhere, live there for a week or so. We get tired of it, we can back up and go on to a different spot. Stay there. Get in the cove, anchor down, go fishing, enjoy the nature. And of course, I don't think my wife will ever do that, but that's my dream. Really, it really is. I know I probably ain't gonna be able to do it, but I've always wanted that. I always wanted to live on the river or live in a houseboat. Ever since I learned how to fish, it was fun. I understand there's risk involved, but I do want to start a yearly camping thing with me and my wife and my daughter. Just go somewhere, get a cabin, go fishing, just enjoy nature. Nature calls. That's what I'm gonna call this podcast. Is Nature Calls. But I've always liked nature. I always have. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a Missouri conservationist. I used to live in Missouri I live in Missouri now. But when I was young, when they asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I want to be a Missouri conservationist. Man, it'd be awesome to work in the woods and walk the woods all day and see what I see and keep the bad guys from trashing it up. It'd be awesome. Never did quite make it there. I tell you what, though, I still wish I applied myself, and that would have been an awesome career. But I went the other way to firefighter, and I did trample in the woods on the fire department when I was fighting grass fires and forest fires. But it's not. It just thought it'd be fun. You see Smokey the Bear behind me, man. That was my hero growing up. I loved Smokey the Bear. I collected anything Smokey the Bear. Lost a lot of it during a tornado and stuff, but I was able to save that cat out. And you'll see it in my other videos. It's always standing behind me. I always loved Smokey the Bear. And it was part of it. I've always loved nature, stuff like that. Guys, seriously, the people who just sit in the house all day, I know the feeling because I've been doing it the last few years, just sitting in the house, not getting out. But I am bound and determined to stop that trend. I want to go out, enjoy nature again. I want to go look at stuff. I want to go bird watching. I just want to go just to go. I don't care if I'm just sitting on a bench out there looking around. If I got surrounded by nature, I'm in my realm. That's good. It's good to get out every once in a while. It's good to do stuff. Um, and yes, I'm not saying Lego, being in your Lego room or wherever you're at is bad. Watch a movie, whatever you do that causes enjoyment inside the house. I ain't saying not to stop that, but go outside, enjoy the weather a little bit, get some sun, do something other than just sit there and be in your own mind and thoughts. Done that for a while. It's not a good place sometimes. I need to break that chain. I plan on it. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to, convey to you guys. It's not good to sit in the house all day and just worry and stuff. Get out of the house. It makes the day go better. I believe. Now the yard work and stuff. Yeah, some people don't like yard work. I get it. When I was a kid, I hated it too. It's weird. Like I was telling on that one podcast, eating my own words. When I was a kid, I hated going up because my dad made me mow the yard. That was my chore. I hated it. Griped about it. I did it. But when I got older, on my own, I started enjoying it because I didn't worry about work. I didn't worry about the bills. I just was out there mowing, mind free, having my own thoughts. I'm like, okay, I like this. We're getting there. So yeah, I got to where I enjoyed mowing, and I enjoyed doing the flower garden. I want to do a vegetable garden too, but that just hasn't. I haven't had the property or able to do that. Flower garden, I can go out there and piddle around with it. It's still work, but vegetable garden takes a lot of work, dedication. I don't know if I have that. But guys, I think you ought to go enjoy it. All right, guys, I think this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast somewhat. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, make sure you hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you like to do. If you don't have to do anything with nature, just tell me what you like. Pay it forward. Be nice to one another. Be somebody's light and somebody's darkest cloud. Because I guarantee you'll make them a better day. Compliment somebody. Tell them that they look nice today. Tell them that, hey, dude, just ask them how you doing. Message somebody to say, hey, how you doing? Might bring light to their lives. But anyway, until the next one, ta-ta.